Alright, I think we're live. There's just going to be a stream of pretty much nothing on Christmas Day. I just got a HDMI card installed in my editing computer. Figured we'd try it out. Might take a look at that. Dell laptop there, it's water damaged. A couple of things are probably going to happen tonight. One, I'm going to trip over the HDMI cord since it's not airborne. Two, someone's going to start using the internet, so I run out of streaming bandwidth. And the third, I don't remember. But assuredly something is going to go horribly wrong. Like why my computer is not turning on. Come on. Oh yeah. Helps if you plug in the DVI cord. There we go. Oh yeah, you're going to see my butt since I'm wearing the worst pants in the world. Come on. Get in there. That should do it. There we go. I need to get YouTube up on this machine to see if anyone's saying anything. Oh, fuck's sake. Thank you, Google Autocomplete. Oh hey, I'm over 6,000 subs now. Yay. That's not live stream my password. There we go, and on to the Creator Studio and live streaming, and it's telling me my stream health is shit, and it's showing me a bunch of comments. I have no idea if these are live or not because I don't have timestamps. Yeah, I think these are live. Hi peoples, live stream. This shot should have been edited out. That's not how a live stream works. Let's see if there's going to be some liquid squirting out of a syringe. We are talking to you, FFcossag. Yes, hello. Do tell me if my audio is shit or something. Yeah, my HDMI capture card has not been very kind to audio streaming. It defaults to analog TV sound rather than the HDMI sound. But since no one's complaining about... Oh, fuck's sake. Did the wrong title. Ugh. Well, that just sent out 6,000 entirely incorrect emails. We're not doing random 12-volt stuff. I've made this mistake so many fucking times. Every single live stream I do, I just press stream on the bloody control panel and I have the wrong title. Random messing about in workshop on Christmas Day. That's what it's supposed to be. The previous title was incorrect. Merry Christmas. 12 volt stuff is always fun. Yes, but that's incorrect. That is an entire lie. Haha, it was funny to hear you read my comments. That's nice. YouTube started doing emojis. Yeah, there's no real plan for this live stream. Nothing at all. Honestly, just want to see if it works. I actually have got the Panasonic camera set up to do HDMI streaming there, and it seems to be working nicely. It does have a feature which enables you to turn off the menu in the HDMI output entirely, so it pretty much becomes a broadcast camera, which is very useful. And when I was powering up this thing earlier today, the external battery had gone bad, just from me forgetting to turn it off while in standby, which isn't very nice. So I'm trying to get some power into that. Yeah, the cell voltages in the external battery are like 1.5 volts, which is just unacceptable. That shouldn't happen if you just fucking forget to take it out of standby. Happy Christmas, everyone, says Charlie Barker. Happy Christmas to you too, Charlie Barker. Which computer are you going to stream? I have no idea. Oh, now this guy is telling me that the external battery is okay with the cell voltages of 1.6 volts. That's lovely. That is absolutely lovely. I've gotten like 5 cycles out of this external battery. No more. I suppose that's what you get when you buy a 5-year-old battery. Oh yeah, I was going to have this thing sitting around for watching comments, since that bench computer there is so bloody loud. Let me just go over there. Oh yeah, I was also going to do that because I need that monitor to view the microscope. So this is not very planned. Oh well. Live streaming is not my forte. There's no internet connection. This is not working very well at all. God jul, hey. After much swearing and bodgery, the Transit is now a 6-seater van. Next on the to-do list is to install Windows. What do you need Windows for? They just left the cold in. Please connect to a right network. And go to the Creator Studio. Let's close down that machine so that I do not run out of bandwidth. And we'll go to live streaming, and then we can turn this loud thing off. There we go, that's better. Install Windows ME. I actually have a computer running Windows ME. It's not a bad system. I never had an issue with Windows ME. But then again, I was like 13 when that was a thing, and I upgraded many 98 computers to ME. It was a nice speed upgrade. I don't think it was any less stable than 98. It's certainly better than 95, but anything is. live stream, guy installing DVI connector. That should allow us to view the microscope. Got no idea if you guys are going to see that though. I'll try. I don't have a fancy setup where I can actually stream directly from the microscope because I only have a single HDMI capture card and it's not even mine. Hey, Merry Christmas, I have a question. Where did you get the HP distortion analyzer from? It's such a nice piece of equipment. I got it from, it was being scrapped at a radio transmitter site. And I snagged it from there. Saved it from the scrap heap. And had to do some tune-ups on it since it was a bit out of cal. But beyond that, it's in good working order. If anyone doesn't know, it's this box here, the calibrated snake hole detector. Yeah, let's have a bit of a look at this Dell motherboard. This is a, I have no idea, Dell Vostro? Dell Vostro 2520. Quite heavily water damaged. But I don't know if the water damage is the main issue. It could have been scrapped due to some other issues since it was just bathing in water with a battery connected when I got my hands on it. Let's get this thing sorted. There we go. That's some kind of microscope. I have no bloody idea if you guys are going to see anything on that monitor. Ah yeah, that's not too bad. I can even zoom that in a bit. That's not too bad. That meter confused me. It requires some learning. Digital would help. Are you talking about the distortion meter? I've been intending to make a detailed video about how it works for years, but I've never gotten around to it. It's yeah, it's not the easiest thing to read out unless you've studied it a bit. I guess I'm a bit spoiled in the sense that I've been using it for so long. Yes, the distortion meter. Pop chat out and see the secret ninja. Okay. Right, so let's get the soldering irons started. I should order some Rossmann flux for this kind of thing because this board could do with some resoldering. We have a fair amount of water damage. Where the hell's the microscope aimed? Let's get that to an identifiable spot. There we go. No, come on. That's not going to work. Let's do that line. Right, microscope's pointing there. So we have a fair amount of water damage on this board. It could be any damage. I'm quite skeptical we're actually going to get this working. It's entirely dead. As of now, so should just mark an X or something on the desk. Well, that's what the grid is for. Just a fucking soldering station, shut up. My handle's getting a bit worn out. And when that happens, it fails to get the feedback correctly for the temperature, and it starts beeping because it thinks it's reaching the set temperature over and over again. Yeah, I'm not really sure where to start on this board, since I don't know the actual original issue. It is a relatively high-end computer. I think it's got an i5 2320 or 2330M, no, 3230M. So, you know, it's a relatively powerful thing. But it's entirely dead. Water damage all over. No real dead shorts anywhere, actually, which is a bit surprising. How many years ago did you start writing creative and funny text on your machines, such as the calibrated snake hole detector, Logitech, and wallet of creative accomplishment? It's the broken tablet of creative accomplishment. I've always done that. It's just my sense of humour. Do we have a CMOS battery? We do have a CMOS battery, although it is corroded. Let's see. Where the hell are we aimed? Plenty of corrosion around that. Plenty indeed. Away. Microscope shot is real shit. Your soldering station is beeping Merry Christmas in binary. And no, it's beeping I need a new handle because this one's 5 years old and broken. Someone commented on whether or not we're going to see fluid squirting out of a syringe, and that is indeed what's happening now. And I have written, let's see, pure alcohol. And that is indeed what it is. Ouch. That's boiling. A great tip: if you're using pure isopropyl alcohol and you put on something hot so that it boils, do not put your nose directly over it. I did that the other day and it was rather unpleasant. There we go, that should stop this thing beeping. Well, it's going to beep once. Finally, the syringe. Rule 1, thou shalt check voltages. Yes. You need more subs, you're good at what you're doing, thank you. But as far as live streaming goes, I'm not good. Anti-HIV, okay. Maybe switch to scope cam so we can see it, what? Oh right, for microscope. I don't have a microscope cam. I only have one HDMI input capture device, and that's doing the camera over there. Could this thing please just shut the hell up? Vaping alcohol, lol. I do find that on PCB sometimes tends to make it all sticky after cleaning. Well, if you've got rubber there, or if you're cleaning flux and you're not doing a very good job at it, then yeah, that is going to make the PCB sticky. Yeah, someone said rule 1, thou shalt check voltages, and that is indeed what I intend to do. The issue with working on a board like this, where I have no schematic on this thing, I doubt one even exists for purchase, it's very difficult to know what to check. You can do the obvious, you know, see if you've got random power rails over random capacitors on the board. But beyond that, it's really difficult to know what to probe. That's why the famous Rossmann is able to do such a good job. He's actually purchased schematics for all the boards he's working on, so you can just go, oh, what's that voltage there? Check it, where do you see it, where you're supposed to see it, and go from there. You can't do it on these cheap piece of shit laptops. Which is why I can't do this professionally. Well, at least not professionally and profitable. We're gonna need a power plug for this. I have no idea how to actually get that out of. This case though. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, shut up. You are very annoying, soldering station. Very annoying indeed. In a completely unrelated note, what do you use for encoding these streams? So I just installed OBS Studio. Latest version of the internet. We have to take the monitor off this thing to get the power plug out of it. Dismantle the soldering station and remove the beeper. That wouldn't work since the beeper is telling me if something's wrong. That would be like treating HIV with flu medicine. He specialized in Mac boards specially. Yes, that is what the Ross does. And it's usually not worth fixing these cheap piece of shit laptops. I mean, this machine probably cost no more than like 600 new, perhaps at the most. So for business to repair this, there just wouldn't be any possible way to make it worth it. Come on. I'm doing something wrong. I have to take that off. There we go. I'm surprised though at how many of these like third generation core processors I've seen around lately in the trash. Oh wow. Focus please. No. Let's see. Yeah. My over the bench camera is just way too wide angle. Perhaps I can fix that, hang on. Let's see if we can crop this. Camera control zoom 2 times, 4 times. I think it just does 2 times, but that is better than nothing. We're scaling it down anyway. Should give you a bit of a better bench view. I agree on the haircut comment. Something went wrong there. Nothing went wrong there. Replace Q40,281 and it is done. Sure. Right, let's get the power plug out of this. Everything's horribly corroded. This thing must have seen some water damage prior to it being discarded in the dumpster, because we've got loads of corrosion around the power plug. I know that we do get power into the board though, so it's not that bad. What is an issue? More light, please. The YouTube layout is really annoying. I can't see the chat and the live stream at the same time. Regarding haircuts, who cares about haircuts? I'm a tech. Usually nobody has to see this. Right, let's see what this thing does. Last time I tried this, it just wouldn't do anything. And it's doing nothing. We probably want a power button though. That is something Apple does right. You don't need all the ancillary stuff to just power the board on. I mean, with this piece of shit, you just have to take everything apart and figure out where it's supposed to go afterwards. And one power button. Hit the video size button. Is there a video size button? There's a thing where I can move it around, kind of, which doesn't seem to work. Oh, I can move everything around. Okay, let's try this. Grab the video, move it down further. Alright. Yeah, that works. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Web 2.2 done right. Was this an Xmas gift? Who would give somebody a broken laptop as a Christmas gift? I mean, that would be a bit insulting even to me. Power button goes on this side of the board. Where the hell does the power button go? That would make no sense. It's on that side. There we go. There goes the power button. A new toy to play with. I've got plenty of toys to play with in that regard. In fact, I've got an entire giant pile of broken laptop which I'm going to part out there. Like 10-year-old crap. I'm always hoping to free laptops on Christmas. Well, free stuff is always nice, but giving someone free stuff really doesn't strike me as something a nice person would do. Yeah, power button does nothing. Do we get voltage? We have voltage into the machine. I think this Dell charger works. It has this weird data pin thing which I've never been able to figure out, or I've never cared about. But I think this is my good Dell charger. And see, this is the issue with this machine. Where do I go from here? I have no idea which point I'm supposed to have what on, so I can just pretty much randomly measure around to try and find something, but since the machine is not powering on, I pretty much need to randomly measure around and see if I can find and like a power management IC, which I'd have to Google up and see if it's getting power. I think we might just I suppose since this thing is liquid damaged, a good place to start is the places where you know it should have had power while it got liquid damaged, where you've got corrosion, because on this machine that's likely to be places which are supposed to have power all the time, else it wouldn't have had time to corrode. These are 6.3 volt caps, so they're going to be on the secondary for something, probably a 5 volt rail, nothing there, 19 volts on that side. So these are not shorted at least, else we'd be having 19 volts on both sides and these caps getting up in smoke. I know the feeling I've got a dozen of Dell and HP servers just to test with. Maybe look for the worst damage and measure around that. That is indeed what I'm doing. After the power socket there's probably some caps and an IC. Yes there is, but you know, we've got 19 volts over here. So, and the power socket's over there. So it's really just hit and miss as to where you can actually you know, search, because you're going to have 19 volts over the entire board, and any IC could be the power management IC, and unless you're willing to Google everything, you're going to have a hard time finding something. I'm bothered by this super wide angle. Let's see if we can fix that. Let's clamp this onto the microscope. And since the microscope's got a broken tripod mount, that's making the microscope not work at all. Come on. How's that? Entirely wrong. That's better. The microscope's aimed entirely wrong now. Well, let's just put a mark where it's pointing right now. There we go. Could check the SMD fuses and also check near inductors, as they are usually part of power circuitry. Well, certainly. Now, I did check, I have had a quick look at this board before. It has a couple of obvious fuses, they are good, and since we're getting 19 volts pretty much everywhere, I am a bit reluctant to, well, I think it's a bit unlikely that it's just going to be a 19 volt side issue. I don't like the look of this though. These FETs could have the gate pretty much shorted to ground. So let's just try and clean those guys up, because this is obviously going to be generating some form of standby power supply, probably 5 and 3.3 volts of some variety. Probably need my hot air for this. The stream is frozen for me. Ah, the stream is working now. Doesn't most stuff run on 3.3 and 1.5 volts? It runs on a lot of different voltages. Check the coins, I already did. if there's 19 volts in the CPU, you can stop searching. Well, and there's not 19 volts in the CPU. It's pretty much open circuit everywhere. I don't think I have checked for a few shorts. Haven't been any obvious shorts across anything, so I think the CPU has made it. Get rid of that. Let's get some of my awful flux on there. You're going to see the most quickly evaporating flux in the history of the world. And of course the best hot air station in the history of the world. Merry Christmas to you too, Titan. Stream is okay, well that's excellent. Just look at that flux evaporating. Oh, you can't see it because the microscope boom is in the way. Yeah, my flux is pretty much gone already. Well, hot air station vibrating, anything's a dildo if you're brave enough, lol. Yes, indeed. It's an air raid siren. Oh, this fucking flux. It's absolutely worthless. This hot air station's worthless too, for that matter. That's pretty clean. Yeah, not too bad. Let's just give it a nice proper rub and be done with it. Where's my syringe? That's good enough. And this is where I absolutely fail at reinstalling this FET because my flux is shit. Let's get a bit of fresh solder onto the big pad. Turned off. Was pulling motor MOSFETs from a motor controller last month and every little bastard was glued down. That is often the case, yes, else they wouldn't be sticking around to get soldered. I'd love to send you my dead MacBook Pro, but it weighs a ton. Send it to Lewis Rossman instead. He's a lot better at what he does. Granted, he's probably more expensive. But he does have a stereoscopic microscope, which is more than I do. Ah, that's ugly. I would send it to you to keep. Maybe you could fix it. Perhaps. It was horrible once. We got in a MacBook of some variety to work, and we even bought an ultrasonic cleaner. We usually deal with heavier duty stuff there, so we're not really set up for tiny stuff like laptops. But actually almost got it working. But it turned out too expensive, so we had to scrap it. Real sad. Do you speak Finnish or Swedish at home? Swedish. Alright, just look at that flux doing nothing at all. Come on. Oh, please do something. It is floating. There's just no flux for that, you don't see it. Oh wow, that is shit. No flux at all. None. It's all just evaporated straight away. Oh, fucking hell, that's the shittiest solder job I've ever seen. Glad you can't see the scope properly. Oh, Jesus Christ. Will this thing just lift off? Alright, this is... it is stuck down somehow. Worthless. Absolute garbage. Garbage. It's weird though, because it is genuine Amtech flux. Like, it's bought from a reputable retailer. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. It just doesn't work properly. Solder braid, please. Where is my solder braid? There's my solder braid. Same case with this solder braid actually has a tendency to just not really work. Some of these rolls here, this is solder wick, like Chemtronics stuff. Proper brand name stuff, but like half of these rolls just seem to be not good. They seem to have forgotten the flux on this batch or something. Maybe shake the flux, but I often do that. It makes no difference. Whoa. Come on. There we go. Finally wicked up. Oh well, you can't see shit on the stream now, can you? Hang on, I'm gonna adjust the camera so you can see the microscope at least a bit. Yeah, that's made nothing better. Huh. Perhaps that's better. So one of the issues with this flux pen, even if I shake it, like it's wicked up into the pen part, so shaking just does nothing. If this has gotten separated inside, which I don't think because it's lying horizontally, yeah, it makes no difference. It's continuously shit. But yeah, we can solder these MOSFETs by hand. We'll just skip the hot air for these. There's a large pin pitch, it doesn't matter. He said and bridged the V gate and everything else. Come on. Gate, stop being bridged. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. We're out of a gate short. Can you make the motherboard pick larger? Yeah, I suppose I can now that I adjust the camera. Hang on. Like that, maybe? Does the broken tablet of creative accomplishment work, or is it broken? It does work in that I can use it to like do stuff, but it's got a big crack here, so the touchscreen doesn't work. But I've got a mouse with it. I just use this to remote control the camera usually. That is its sole purpose. Since that means I can actually have a camera sitting somewhere behind me and control it by just waving that thing around, which makes my life a lot easier when I'm filming prop videos. Is it an RT? I do not know what an RT is. Let's solder the rest of this. Let's just blob this full of solder. Since I don't think the hot air did anything, we'll just use the awesome power of the 2901 to solder the big pad. Oh yeah, that's wicking up underneath. That's ugly, but it's gonna work. Let's just check what we don't have a short from gate to... I'll give the multimeter a shot. There we go. Let's check what we don't have a short from gate to. This is going to be drain. And we do not. We do not have a short from there to there either. Nope. So while this is laughably ugly, since I tried to use my fucking amateurish hot air station, which I'm not going to put away yet, I'm going to need it. That's going to work at least. Let's try and avoid removing MOSFETs unless we have to. So let's just measure the resistance between these pins for the nicer looking ones and see where we go from there. Hey, this one's going the other way. $140k. That could be right. There's going to be some resistance over here and over there. This one was the same. Yeah, about 150k, so that's gonna be good enough. Microsoft Surface RT, cheaper version of a Surface. And no, this is a generic. The broken tablet of creative accomplishment is a generic eBay tablet. It was like $100 when I got it for free once it was broken. Have you tried electrocoat conductive paint? No. I do not own any fancy specific tools. Let's just check what the gate drain resistance of that is. Yeah, that's 150k as well, the one we've fixed, so that one's going to be clean underneath. Now this one does look real bad. Measures the same over there. 2 megohms across. I think the other ones were. The other ones measure differently. That one's measuring a capacitor across. That one's just 2 megohms. Yeah, I actually want to take that one off and clean it out underneath because I don't think that's right. So we'll put more flux on there. As if it did anything. I think it's just like alcohol on this at this stage. With a Windows logo, I assume it was Microsoft branded. No. No. It's just it's an x86 tablet, so it does run Windows too. Yeah. Hey, look, all my flux is gone again. Cool magic trick, you made the flux disappear. Yeah. Now I have to order some better fluxes if I'm gonna be repairing more laptops. This is not sustainable. And it works to kind of get it off, but I have to hand solder it back. we'll just get some alcohol on there. This syringe is a bit crap. That's good enough. Get the $40 magic just from Lewis's shop. Yes, that's probably what I'm gonna end up getting at some stage. Ugh. This is a dirty little boy. Robbity rub, there we go. Let's just place it there and hand solder it entirely. Come on. Oh, actually, that's not going to work. We have to hot air it since we have those inner pads as well. Ugh, annoying. So we need to run the hot air station once more. But I'll just put some better solder on there. No, stop bridging the gate, please. Ugh. Life with 8 flux. Let's put more non-flux on there. Just for the sake. Is that the right way round? Yes, it is. That's way too much solder on these big pads. There we go. Good enough. Apparently that flux is actually often bootlegged. This is genuine Amtech stuff. I bought it from a reputable retailer. Too much solder. It will short when you press it down. I think I'll just squeeze out the sides. We'll find out. If it shorts, I'll take it off again. Wow, 42 live viewers, that's the most I've ever had. Hello everyone. If you clicked this from like the subscription email thing, the title was incorrect and this is not 12 volt stuff. There we go, came out the sides. great. Ouch, that's hot. Fortitude, live viewers as they enter the live universe and everything. Yes. You're saving us from the dread of visiting family. You don't have to visit family. No one's forcing you. In the most technical sense. In that no one could really be forced unless you're physically forced. These 3 pins are the same, and there we're short of a gate again. Oh, bleh. Come on. There we go. Good enough. Tradition and convention is forcing me. You don't have to adhere to that. Granted, if your associates do, then they're not going to like you, but they don't have to like you. You can do your own thing, man. That's good enough. Let's see if there's still 2 megaohms across that. I think it might be, because it wasn't too dirty underneath, so yeah, still 2 megaohms. Let's just say it's supposed to be that way, and it's not the MOSFET that's broken. And we do not have a short to the gate. We do not, so that's good enough for me. That's probably really hot now, too hot to power on, I'd wager. Oh well, it's already cooled down. 40 degrees. Fair enough. We haven't changed anything, so the board is not going to power on when I plug it in. Click. As expected, no change. We're not going to have any voltage out of this regulator, but then again we don't know if this regulator is supposed to be on anyway. Nothing. But at least we can be relatively certain in that being in a good working order now. Christmas was yesterday. Well, I call the entire weekend Christmas. Some desoldering work might lift the excess and get rid of the short circuits. There are no short circuits. It's just looking entirely horrible. But it's not shorted. And we need to clean up around the RTC. Is that actually a little tiny chip there? Let's find out. That thing is tiny if it is. It does look like a little chip. Possibly a diode or something. Yuck. Is that a diode? That could be a choke or a capacitor as well. 0.36 volts that way. 0.36 volts that way. I think this is going to be a choke. 1K. Oh, it's a resistor. Yeah, 1K resistor. Fair enough. It's working. And that is open circuit, it seems. 8 megohms. 3 megohms. Is it a diode? No, it says R6007. $11 megohms, yeah. 8 megohms. So I'm quite certain R6007 there is done for. And this is the great thing, right? We have no idea what that's supposed to be. Not in the slightest. The only hint I can gather is that it looks very similar to R6002 there. So it could be a 1K. But it is dead. So let's just... what's the model of a board? I have no idea. Do you have a schematic? Please give me a schematic. The model of a board. Let's see. Let's get another microscope. No, it's too big. It's a DV15 MLK MB. Where's that on V? There you go. That is the model of a board. Screenshot that if you will. Not much you can do without a schematic or identical working board. Yeah, it is a bit of an issue, but I'm willing to go out on a limb. Now, where are we? And guess that to be a 1K resistor. Let's see if we can find any other packages which look entirely identical. Because there are usually some differences in how resistors look, even if they're the same size. Although most of these look very, very similar, and I'm betting these are going to be all manner of different values. Where are we? There we are. 10K, yeah. $10K, 88K, yeah. It could be anything. Could really be anything. What is the problem with this motherboard? It doesn't power on at all. It does nothing, and it's water damaged and horrid. And we have an open circuit in that resistor over there by the RTC circuits. $9 megohms. It's so dead. Let's pop the CMOS battery in and see what it does. Do we get a huge, like, 3-volt voltage drop across that? I'm betting we will. Yeah, 3 volts across there, and that is obviously in series with the battery positive there. You can see it going through that resistor, over there to that resistor. So that is likely to be one of our major issues with this board. I am willing to bet. What do we have on the other side? Oh yeah, There's a bunch of views, but it's not going to a bottom trace, it's going to some internal layer. Have you tried SMD tweezer probes for the meter? No, I have not. How can I send you a link? We'll just put in the chat, I guess. You can send me an email at ffcossag@gmail.com if you don't want to make it public. If you do have a schematic for this thing, then you're making my life a lot easier. In the meantime, I'm just gonna go ahead and put a 1K resistor in place of R6007, see if that does anything, because this is not supposed to be 8 mega ohms. So be right back. I'm gonna fetch a board to rip something out of. Chat doesn't allow links. Well, send an email, ffcossag@gmail.com. Be right back. By the way, I did just stumble across the HDMI cord, which I promised would happen. But yeah, we do have FFcossag. Hang on. I'll just type my email. That's my YouTube email. Yeah, send it there, and I will get it. Motherboards are going to become smaller. Yes, they are. They're getting ever less worthwhile to repair. Anyway, this board is one which I think has some 1K resistors on, because this is the board I stole the 1K resistor for the BM800 mod out of. I can even show you the specific one. Let's see. There you go. That's the resistor I stole for my BM800, which you're listening to right now. Right, so there should be a bunch of 1Ks around here. Let's just find one. I can't see. I think these might be one step larger size, so it's going to be a bit annoying getting them in there. 1 ohm. No, that's not right. $100 ohms, that's not right either. Well, that's going to be 10K. 20 ohms, okay. That's a giant 1K. It's like an 0805. Let's replace an 0402 with an 0805. It's 4 times larger, so 4 times better. Sometimes only clean and heat will help. Yes, but this thing is too far gone, and we have found an open resistor. Oh, there's a smaller one, okay. I'm gonna steal that. Let's find it on the microscope. Come on, focus. There we go. That is 1K. O1B. And I'm not even gonna bother getting my horrible hot air gun fighter for that. I'll just grab the soldering iron. Come on. There we go. Well, that's our new 1K resistor, which might be a 1K resistor, or it might not. It's an 0603 replacing an 0402, so it's not right, but we can make it fit. Gonna be good enough. Yeah, it's a bit larger. I'll send you the schematic by the way. Okay, let's check the email. If that's the right schematic, then I will be very much obliged. Straight onto a PDF. .2011, that's roughly the right age. Does it say anything to hint at what would actually cause anything? I'd like to see the battery diagram. Battery. Vad smyger du?
Smyger? Jag smyger inte. Har du TV4 i ditt rum?
Nej, jag har ingen TV.
Har du ingen TV?
Jag tittar in på TV.
Har du ingen TV i ditt rum?
Jag tittar inte på TV. Jag har ingen antenn.
Jaha.
Vadå? Funkar inte TV4?
Nej men jag ska... Jo. Men vad säger mina åsikter klockan en halvtimme?
Den där TVn i ditt rum har TV4.
Jo, jag vet. Men jag tycker inte om att sitta i den. Nu ringer min telefon.
Ja. That was my dear mother failing to watch TV. What's the chat saying? Yes, indeed, intermission. Right, the schematic. Battery. I want to find the RTC battery. Battery connector. Battery LED. Charging circuit. Is this starting over and over? It was just going round. RTC. Oh wow. 1280 by 800 is not the right resolution for viewing this kind of stuff. If I was smart, I'd just search for R6007. That would be very smart of me. And there is no R6007. 6007. Is there anything there? TP6001. How the hell does Chrome's PDF viewer work? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of 6007 in the wrong circuit. 6002. We've got C6002 and L6002, no Q6002. 6003. I'm beginning to fear this might be the wrong motherboard. What's the chat saying? Can you show us the screen directly? No, I can't. I only have one capture device and this is the wrong computer. Yeah, Grey Gramps, I'm afraid it might be the wrong one since we can't find any of the things. We need the model is a Vostro 2520. Vostro 2520. So what could we look for which would lead to the right path? What's U6101? 6101 R6101. The highlight in Chrome's PDF viewer is absolutely worthless. Jesus. ES6101, something else 6100, R6100. I'm pretty sure this is the wrong schematic. Since we have used none of the parts I've been looking for are actually there. Alas. Wrong schematic, so I'm just going to try and put the 1K resistor in there and see what happens. See, the nice thing about working with random computers out of a trash is you have nothing to lose. It doesn't matter if I ruin this thing. It was free. If I can't get it working, I'll just rip the CPU out of it and put it in something else. Oh. Sorry, there's nothing to apologize for. A schematic is way better than no schematic, and now I cleaned off my resistor, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. Thank you for trying anyway. It was worthwhile. If it would have been the right schematic, it would have made everything a bloody lot easier. I should probably start googling around more for schematics about this stuff though. I'm just so used to not even bothering since they tend to be so hard to get around, get your hands on. Let's use the desoldering pump on a fucking SMD resistor. This is the right tool for the job. Quick SMD component removal. and it didn't work. Come on. Oh, it's glued down too hard. Try to flash the BIOS EEPROM with an external programmer. I don't have an external programmer, nor do I know enough about that stuff to actually do it. I'm not a software guy. Come on. This fucking soldering station. Stop beeping. I do love my 2901, but sadly the build quality could be better. Let's just try and wick that with no flux, since the flux doesn't do anything. Oh, that's good enough. How well is these 0603 going to fit in there? I can just solder it between the... Oh no, it's going there. Yeah, I'll have to scrape some of that solder resist off. Oh well, no biggie. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, it could actually work to flush the EEPROM. I have seen such issues in the past. If it gets so corrupted that it just fails to initialize the power button, that can be an issue in some models. But yeah, this thing is too damaged in hardware for me to think of that to be likely. Let's measure the resistor with 2K. It's measuring exactly 9 megohms now. No, exactly 10 megohms. Perhaps that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right actually. 10 megohms. Spot on. You can't see the meter anymore. This is a red herring, I think. This resistor is fine. It's a 10 megohm. So it's the pad shorted to ground. The pad is shorted to ground. It could just be ground. It could be a pull down. Yeah, I think that's just a pull down. Oh well. Because that pad is directly shorted to ground. So that was a red herring. This guy's going back. Good thing I didn't suck him into the desoldering station. She'll be right. It would probably not make a lot of difference. Likely it would just discharge the CMOS battery way quick and render the machine useless, since the CMOS battery would last for like days. Weird that it measures stupidly high when it's in circuit though. There we go. Back in place. If you need a cheap programmer, I don't know how to use a programmer. Why is Lewis Rossman speaking in a British accent? One, this is not a British accent. Two, Lewis Rossman is way more qualified than I am. Yeah, that mesh is fine. Are these transistors shorted? They do not seem to be. Good enough. Oh, that's going to make everything better. Let's just move from horribly water damaged spot to horribly water damaged spot and see what we can manage. I have the board here if you wanted me to send it to you. If you just want me to keep it short, but I'm not going to bother posting boards around. But if it's a board which has some other issue, then could fiddle together two working ones perhaps. But if it's some horribly broken board, otherwise then, yeah, it's probably not going to be worth the effort. But if it does power on, then we could, like if your board, Steve, powers on, but doesn't work in some other fashion, then it could be worthwhile just grabbing it here and comparing the two boards. Perhaps the issue on this one would be easier to fix than the issue on yours. But yeah, I'm not going to bother like sending a board back and forth, because this is just a random trash-picked computer. I'm not going to be spending any money on it. If I can't get it working for free, then I'm not going to bother. Later, Merry Christmas. Have fun, Hirumi. Steve, it would be nice if you'd like send me an email on FFcossag@gmail.com since I'm doing this now. Like, I'll tell you where to send it, but A, I'm not going to pay a cent for it, and 2, I'm not going to return it to you. If you're fine with that, then you can send it to me. Maybe Steve could check the resistance of those resistors in question. Yeah, that would be a fair point as well. Oh, I will pay. Merry Christmas, Kay. Okay, fair enough. Send me an email and I will tell you where to send it. Cheers. Perhaps we can get two boards working with a bit of magic. But since I'm extremely lazy, I'll probably just piece together your board and put it in this machine and be happy with that. Where is that water damage? I know there's a bunch of water damage on this board. So that's the thing I don't get about so many bloggers and YouTubers. They just waste so much time. Like, they make projects just for the sake of making projects, really. And I've never been able to do that. I always take the easiest route to getting the machine up and working, no matter what. If I have a working board and a broken board, I'm not going to fix the broken board, like putting many hours of work into it just because it's cool. I'm just going to use a good board and put the other on the shit pile. Is there any way to remove a QFN chip without hot air? I would not say so, no. Like perhaps if you need to heat the board up hot enough to melt the solder underneath the chip. So if you have like a thermal pad underneath the chip, then perhaps you could just put a giant soldering tip on there and heat the board. But really I just say use hot air. Hey, 0 ohm resistor. Checkity check. Yeah, that one's fine. Where the hell was that water damage I saw before? I did not clean it. I'm pretty sure I didn't clean it. Perhaps it's on the other side. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's see if this will focus. It will. We have... Ooh, that's ugly. That is ugly. That is very, very ugly. Where are we? Where's that? There's that. There's no component there. But there's a mega ohm across. We need to clean that out. Let's see if I just scratch that. Is the mega ohm going to go away? The mega ohm became 500k. Okie dokes. We need to clean that. Live streaming is good for morale because I don't usually put this much effort into boards, but since I'm streaming this to you guys, I'm kind of expecting myself to succeed in a much more critical way than I normally do. Like I usually don't put more than 20 minutes on a laptop board. But he keeps coming up with Lewis Rossman. I've been so much more confident in actually trying this shit since I figured out he exists. Because he started out this way. And we've got 2 mega ohms and a rising there. So that's an improvement. That is an improvement indeed. Something tells me there should be 2 identical caps there. No, there's never been a component installed. It hasn't fallen off, it's never been soldered. Well, there's a capacitor for some other feature of a board. It's just not installed in this model. You can clearly see that there's never been a cap soldered there. You just don't have high enough res on the microscope image to see that, but I can. Because I've got my massive 22-inch monitor. You need to swear more and randomly rant about Hillary to make the Rossman impression complete. Hillary's absolutely horrible. I live in Finland, right, so I have leftist, shall we say, biases. Since this is a very left-leaning country. Not in the way Sweden is, though. But yeah, Hillary is not left. Hillary is right pretending to be left and fooling people and lying about it. Well, Trump is horrid, for the most part. I'd say he is preferable to Hillary. He's at least going to put on a good show. As long as it doesn't cause World War III, then I'm happy. But Russia's already trying to do that, so... There's some corrosion over that cap. Yeah, a few megohms there. I think I want to clean that out. I don't think we're supposed to have a few megohms over that cap. Goo, a time delay on a time delay. Your lappy must be ages back, lol. What? Yeah, YouTube streaming is always horribly laggy. If I refresh the page, I'm probably going to be a bit more caught up. Bernie was the true left candidate. Yes, he was. I would have liked seeing Bernie Sanders as the American president. I think he would have done the country a lot of good. Granted, he would have been shot down by all the retarded deep siphoners or whatever have you in there. But he would have tried. He was an unusually honest person for being an American politician. I'm very spoiled when it comes to politicians, since Finland is one of the least corrupted countries in the world. Come off. Be soldered, please. Let's remember where I put that cap. The stream is of good quality for me here in Swindon, UK, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, Archie, and I'm glad to hear it's in good quality, because the video bitrate is like 600 kilobits per second. Because we're streaming over ADSL, so my total upload bandwidth is like 1.4 megabits, including everything. Your ESR meter that you use, is that something you built or something you bought? It is something I built, which was designed by a friend of mine. And everyone's always asking about it, as someone else pointed out. And there might be something happening about that soon. There might be something going on. Something might indeed happen about the ESR meter, which will allow me to answer that question. So you need to stay tuned. A few more months, and perhaps I can show you something. Let's play where did that cap go? Nope, I still have it. I'm a professional. I'm not a professional. I'm a random guy working on trash. What's our resistance? It is... lower. 1 megohm rather than 3. That is weird. Oh well, there's no crap there anymore. What camera are you using as microscope? It's my old video camera, a Canon Legria R46. It's a horrible camera, horrible. The only good feature is the microscope feature. Because that's just insanely good. It's stupid. Only issue is it only outputs 576p over the HDMI, so you don't get huge resolution. Kolvaa kinkku siihen. I don't speak Finnish. I think that's something to do with hammer though. And that's some disgusting shit. I'd like not to be in the way of this meter. But that is very difficult. Very difficult indeed. Can we do that? Yeah. I'm guessing your friend will be launching a Kickstarter or something for it. I can't say anything about that, sorry. Well, I can say no. That's not going to happen. Well, if it did drop it, that's probably like 20 caps on the floor from previous repairs. No, not really. I don't usually mess too much with this stuff. 600k. 600k over those. If we scratch that, is it gonna change? Ew. That's disgusting. That is absolutely horrid. There's green shit coming out. That's never ever a good sign. 500k, looking pretty much the same, I'd say. Let's just give it some isopropyl. This, what you are doing, is what they do in the Shenzhen market in China all the time, fix stuff. Good to see you do the same. Thank you for calling me a Shenzhenian. The worst part is they're probably a lot better at it than I am. It is impressive though how just places like that in China actually repair stuff. Very impressive. They are battling the consumer culture which we have rampant in the West. That's a very nice thing. Ugh, we have to take this guy off. Because that is a lot of green shit emanating from underneath there. Right by the battery connector as well. So that could very well be some standby power supply thing. We have to use the hot air for that. I don't want to use the hot air. From what I have seen of what you do, they would welcome you as a brother. Good fortunes to you. I have subbed and look forward to new streams in 2017. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. I did even say that. No, good fortunes to you two. You two. Good fortunes indeed. Also, having seen a full picture of your workshop, it's impressive how extensive and organized it is. I'm assuming you're mocking me. This place is a mess, an absolute mess. A cluttered mess. Let's clean. It's not a workshop without a mess. That is a very fair point. There we go. I'm just going to hand solder that. Don't really care if it bulges up a bit. These soppates can't have giant power dissipation anyway. Stay in place, please. Oh, come on. I have to wick that. I have to wick that. Let's just cheat and use the desoldering gun again. That works a treat. The signal path shows your workshop that's squeaky clean. Yeah, his workshop is very clean. I wouldn't be able to survive there. I don't mind order. Order is a very good thing. But keeping things... Well, like, if you have enough dedication and the time and money to throw onto actually organizing your shit, then you can't overdo it. But all of my stuff is just built out of old scrap. I literally have an unfinished MDF bench. How is it going with the board? Is it fixable? I have no idea. You must think it is, otherwise you would have binned it by now. And I think there's some chance of it getting fixed. I mean, we haven't cleaned up all the liquid damage yet. There's a reasonable chance it'll start working just from getting rid of all the liquid damage, since it has so much of it. And the source where I got this board, often boards coming from there don't really have many problems. I often get working boards right away. Most of the machines which just have minor issues come from this place. I don't even think Lewis Rossman can get it working. No, he can't, because he doesn't bother with cheap piece of shit boards. He's smart enough to only do the profitable ones. This could never ever turn a profit. I've already put so much effort into this board that no customer would ever pay for it. And again, this is probably like a $600-700 laptop. But it was free to me, and in reasonable physical shape. And it's relatively modern, so I don't mind putting a bit of effort into it. Usually what happens with these machines is I just give them away to someone. I think that's going to be alright. That cap is looking a bit disgusting. What is our resistance? $40k, yeah, that's not going to be from any corrosion. That's relatively low impedance from some other cores. Bit dirty, yeah. That's awful. 2 pins look shorted. Yeah, but they are all of the 4 pins to the right there are shorted. They go into the same trace. So they're just, I don't care. They're supposed to be shorted. Oh, this is awful. This is so awful. Absolutely horrid. So we have some unknown device and another SOT8 with a lot of shit coming out from underneath it. 1 meg across it. This is a fat 500k to the gate. Eesh, that could be an issue. Oh, I don't like the look of this. Yeah, we need to take that one off as well. We need to take it off. Now that means more of this thing. Listen to it just turn into an air raid siren. Please keep orientation in mind. Mind my pronouns. I am an it. Come on. Just a SOT8. There we go. Oh, that's not looking nice. I wonder if it was working before the water damage. I have no idea. I'm guessing it wasn't, but yeah, it's anybody's guess really. Did water damage my soldering station though? Water. Do not drink. Put some alcohol in this, either isopropyl or just vodka. Keep it fresh for months. Oh yeah, we need to alcohol that. In the grand scheme of things, I am the blunt screwdriver in the drawer. He is the sharp one. Why would you want a sharp screwdriver? You'll just cut yourself. Rubbity rub. It does look better. Doesn't seem to be any giant damage to the actual board. We have some shit on those capacitors to the right. Go away. Don't go flipping technical with me. This is very technical. There's the IC. Heh. I thought I lost this guy. And the E is pointing down. Ew. EU. EU. That's been wet. The E is pointing down. Remember that, the E is pointing down. The E is pointing down. Okay. The E is pointing down. The E is pointing south. The E is pointing south. We need to remember that. Else this will go horribly wrong. Just gonna clean between the legs. It's very important to clean between the legs. Else everything is yucky, and I just found some horrible shit on the other end of the board. The E is pointing down. Let's see. The E is still pointing down. Let's get this back in place. Let's just cheat and use the desoldering gun again. Ugh. You need a lot of sacrificial solder to make this work. Just the gate left. I'm pretty sure this is a MOSFET. There we go. Good enough for me. The E is pointing down. Yeah, that flux is not going to be causing any issues, just going to prevent further water from intruding. There we go. Let's not use 0.7mm solder to solder that. I have this roll of really cheap, horrible 0.7mm solder to use as sacrificial solder when I'm like desoldering stuff. No point just filling up with expensive Crystal 400 when you're just gonna suck it off anyway. Ah, that went well. Come on. The E is still pointing down. Oh, you can. Oh no, you guys can't see the number on this thing. Else you could have found a data sheet. There we go. It's in place. BBL, enjoy yourself, Fackness. Titan. Hey, 45 viewers. It's rising. I wouldn't have imagined that. The people are just joining with trying to fix a liquid damaged Dell laptop. It's not going particularly well. We're enjoying the horrors of my hot air station a lot, and my non-working flux pen, which does not seem to contain flux but rather some other substance, making my efforts to solder shit using a non-soldering iron tool rather impossible. Come on. Come on. Flow. There we go. Now, get soldered. Jesus. Yeah, that's good enough. Those guys are paralleled up anyway. Just gives us a better thermal bond. Now we had so much flux from just the solder there that it soldered itself. There we go. That guy's back together, and the E is pointing down. That looks a bit disgusting. This measures 100 ohms, if that's going to be good enough. Yeah, I just found in an entirely different area of a board. Let's see. That shit. Oh. Yeah. Oh. That's looking so bad. That is so bad. It's just a black mess. Oh, yeah, this could very easily be the main issue of everything. It looks as if there's been sparking here. There has been sparking here. That often means that the board is burnt through and there's a short between traces. Which often means that the board is shot and all the effort we've put down has been for naught. That's 2 hours of my life wasted. Oh, just look at that. You black shit. That is 100% kaput. Yes, it is. We'll give it a go still though. See if there's anything to be learnt. There's never been soldered anything there. Do you have a schematic? No, I do not. Someone tried finding one, but it was they found the wrong one. Oh, there's a hole there. There is a hole in the board. Oh, that's horrid. That is awful. I'm pretty sure there's not supposed to be a hole in the board there. I wonder where the spark has been going though. There's no obvious route for it. Are we gonna see the laptop running by the end of this stream? You tell me. I don't know. This is trash. It is trash. It might work, it might not. Let's excavate a bit. I have fixed boards with holes before. You just need to clean it out to such an extent that the charcoal doesn't conduct the wrong way anymore. This doesn't look too bad actually, but looks are very often deceiving. A holy board, yes indeed. The question is just how deep is that hole? If it's gone, like if the issue is that it's sparked through to a different layer, then there's probably just going to be a short from there to something, likely ground. Oh, that component is dead. It just came off on its own. Capacitor be gone. it does seem to be not entirely ruined, so perhaps we can measure that and see what it's supposed to be, at least get an idea. Please work. Nope. Yeah, there's just no pad left to measure on this thing. So we have no idea what that's supposed to be. None whatsoever. Looks like a trace is gone. Yes, the trace does seem to be gone. This could be a lost cause. I should probably Google that to IC. Have a look at what it's supposed to be. If it's something mission critical. And the IC is a 51226. Thank you, Chrome, for not... Ugh. Let's see what's everything... 51226, that's a ball bearing. That is a ball bearing. It could be an S1226. For UV precision photometry. That's not what we are looking at. And it could be an S1225. Not very clear print on that. Alright, give me something an old data sheet, that could be something. Silicon controlled rectifiers, no, that is wrong. Non-volatile SRAM, okay, that could be closer. Nope, that is the wrong package entirely. Yeah, I don't think we have any idea what this... It is an S1225. But we're not going to find a datasheet for that. I don't think. Measure a similar one and guesstimate from that. Yes, that's what I usually do. Oh, this looks so fucked. Let's just keep cleaning shit for a while. I want to just clean this up a bit and try applying power without the capacitor installed. Just to see if the symptom changes, because we might have cleared up a short around that sparky area. Can I have a bit more? No, I can't have a bit more exposure on that. Let's use something a bit coarser. How's that? Focus. Better. Yeah, there's a big carbonized hole there. Yeah. I want to see if that just shorted to ground. If that pad is shorted to ground, then there's a fair chance we'll never get this board working. It's not shorted to ground. Okay. Is it supposed to be ground? No, it's not supposed to be ground. Okay. (51225) voltage regulator. Is that like, do you know that it is a voltage regulator, or are you asking? Do we have any similar caps around here? There's one. Little decoupling cap's probably going to be like 100 nano. I think it might be a voltage regulator. Yeah, it does look like a voltage regulator, especially with the bulk capacitance around it. And that's some giant, yeah, that's in parallel with something else. Yeah, we're not going to find out what those caps are supposed to be, I don't think. Oh, yuck. We'll just leave this area for the time being and clean up some other really horrible shit. And oh, you go away. We're gonna have we have to desolder this. The K is pointing down. We have to desolder this. It's full of corrosion. Air siren warning. Thank you TBBW for pointing out that this might be a dual voltage LDO. It has no chokes, so it might not really need a lot of capacitance around it to work. Yeah. Good thing we removed that. That is disgusting. Come on. Don't be attached to my tweezers, please. I have checked that's not shorted. I checked before. So we'll just, but not touch that. I wonder if you could hack a laptop fan to this hot air station. No, it's too high flow. A laptop fan just wouldn't have enough grunt. Where's my alcohol? There's my alcohol. might be able to take it apart and secure the fan. I tried, the fan is just unbalanced and the bearings are broken. That's the issue. I have a new handle for it, I just haven't been bothered installing it. Because it's like a lot of work. You can't disconnect the handles. They're soldered in. Because it's a $40, you know, cheap, awful Chinese piece of shit. Here's that look on the underside. Disgusting. You. That's good enough. This time we'll just hand solder it all the way. Let's just get some new solder on there. Have to put new solder since my flux doesn't work. I have to be rid of the solder on the little terminals, else it won't go on straight, because what I'm going to do is just heat up a PCB and push it down while heating it with the soldering iron. So that should work just fine. Put that guy there, get some salt on the iron, and it should go on just quite well. There we go, that's melting. That should be soldered. DPS 51225 application diagram has 2.1 microfarads in series with 2.2 ohms, and it's not for filtering. Okay, well check that when I've got this thing soldered. Thank you again. Who's that? Fallimp. What's going on here, fam? We're trying to fix a laptop and it's not looking good. Let's just get the rest of this MOSFET soldered. Oh, that's good enough for me. Let's check that circuit. The TPS 51225. Which should be... Where are you? There you are. Oh, that's more horrible, disgusting shit somewhere else. You. 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 Go away. Go away. I do not desire to have you on my transistors, dear corrosion. Go away, please. Go away. You're not welcome around here. It seems like every little circuit on this machine has some water damage somewhere. We need electrical porn in the form of schematics. Yes, we do. Oh, well, is that like... That's a fucking spam bot. Huh. Lovely. How's the rest of that circuit look? Good enough for me. Let's go to the 51225, which is there. And the cap is just going from some pin to a via and going off somewhere. Is that the 2.2 ohm resistor? Perhaps that's a like 1 point something ohm resistor, so that could be. And there's another one. Let's see here. Yes, I think the two caps we're talking about are likely to be those. So these are probably 100 nano. 100 nano. And this is going to be 100 nano as well. No? That's measuring weird. That's just something else. Yeah, there's something in parallel with that. Is it shorted? No. Couple of mega ohms. Where's pin 1? I have no idea. It isn't really marked with anything. But you know, you have, I mean, if you're looking at the schematic, you have you know, the two capacitors are connected to there and there, so you should be able to figure it out from there. All we need is another beer on it after repair. I don't think this is going to be repaired, to be frank. I think we are just wasting our time. I don't even think I have adverts enabled, so I'm not even making any money of this. That is not short to ground, at least. Do we have any more horrible, disgusting water damage on this? Yes. It never ends. Focus, please. Okay. we have water damage there. Not a lot though. That's not too bad. Anything else you need to repair? Yes, a lot of stuff. I gather as much free shit from the trash as I can, and I fix it when I feel like it. That way I don't usually need to buy a lot of electronics, because I always have a stash of old crap I can just fix. This little guy, this is the only laptop I've ever purchased in my entire life, yet I own tens. Pin 1 top left matches. Okay, well, fun. Cthulhu. Come on. Focus. So, could you tell me what that guy's supposed to be? That cap he removed and where the charking is. Charking is I have no idea. TBBW. Do we need this or not? Can we make do without it? Oh, well, that's more water damage. More water damage. Oh, it never ends. It never ends. Oh. You guys really can't see the microscope very well. Be happy about that. Oh, it's just green and blue and everything. Every color a PCB shouldn't be. The cap is on V in. Is the other side ground? I'll check. Yes, the other side of the cap I removed on the 51225 is ground. You guys figure that out for me while I clean this shit up. Ugh. Ah, this one's got shit going right through it. That means more hot air, but I need to take a piss. Back in a minute. There we go. Bladder relieved. Ah. Where were we? It's a decouple cap, okay. Ignore it. Luckily he does not have a camera on his head. Oh, you're missing 8, man. Elephant on here, yes. Right, let's get back to this. I was cleaning up that, and we need to hot air this piece of shit off. And the E is pointing down. The E is pointing down, is that... Okay, it's not the same on both. But on that one, the E is pointing down. Whoa. Something made fire there. Okay. Something made a spark, but there's no power connected, so I don't know how that happened. That shit. All my alcohol is evaporating. If I had an ultrasonic cleaner, I wouldn't do this, but I don't. Yeah, the CMOS battery is not there, that's what I picked the board up to check. Rubbity. That's not looking too bad. No damage to the board, but there's a bunch of shit around these other components. See, I don't have the Rossman's magic charisma of just talking about pointless shit while streaming. That just doesn't come naturally to me. Now he has AI. What? And how's this guy look on the underside? Not too bad, just clean between the legs and we'll be fine. Very important to clean between the legs. I cannot reiterate that enough. There we go. Clean the pads up with the desoldering pump, put that guy back in there. Will be good to move on to the next horribly damaged area of the board. Come on. Tin be gone. A big hooray from me if he gets this to work. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you can save your hoorays. This is... oh. It's shit. Oh, just... ugh. You... Like, you think you're done with an area, then you move 3mm to the side and you just have as much corrosion again and again and again and again. Give up and get another motherboard. I don't have another motherboard worthy of my time. Hashtag playing with junk. I'm not certain that hashtag is going to bring you the audience you desire. The E is pointing down. Which direction is the E pointing? Up. That's wrong. V is pointing down. V is pointing down. I should get drunk. Too bad alcohol tastes like absolute shit. Such a bad drug. Playing with FFcossag jump. Jeez. You're getting a bit ahead of yourself, mate. I don't even know you, man. This one need more time and be patient. This one needs to return to the scrap heap. And let's hand solder this back in place. Come on. Take some solder. Good boy. Come on, get soldered. Get soldered. You can do it. Get soldered. Oh, fuck's sake. There we go. And the gates. Come on. At times like this, having a stereoscopic microscope really helps because it's near impossible to judge the height of my solder compared to the height of the board and my iron. There we go, that's good enough. Now I have to take the next one off, and the E is not pointing down, the E is pointing North. Beware. We're getting bombed. The flux from the solder I just put on is doing a much better job than the flux from my actual flux dispensing pen. Let's just suck as much of this shit up as we can. Cool the board so my alcohol doesn't just boil away instantly, hitting my face with noxious, poisonous alcohol fumes. Oh yeah, that went quite well, but I think the actual IC is looking like shit. So we have to scratch the belly. Yeah, who's a good IC? Who's a good MOSFET? Yeah, you are. You're a good MOSFET. You're a good MOSFET. On 51225 you could check the in capacitor pin 12 and the 2 output pins. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We are going to do that, thank you Thump for checking that for me. And TBBW as well, you guys are making this easier. I don't usually have a patience of googling around to actually find the specific IC. It's just so much work to figure out who made it, what's the actual part number. This MOSFET is full of shit. I haven't named it. Let's name him Vain Hope. Yeah, that's a fair point. Vain Hope. Vain Hope, your E is pointing north. I'm going to clone you between the legs. North. E is pointing north. And you're going back there. Good boy. Solder. Oh, that flowed easily. See, some pedantic people would shoot me for leaving blobs of solder like that. The truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter. A bit of extra solder between two shorted pins is not going to harm anything. It's not going to cause unreliability, it's not going to fall off, it's not going to cause any issue with the product whatsoever. Vain hope is back in place. Let's see. I want to check that resistor because it was full of shit. And it measures 3K, that's fine. And do we have any shit across here? I think this is the battery power rail. 800 ohms. That sounds too low. Oh well. I have no idea what it's supposed to be. 51225, 8 bits are on pin 8 and 18. That's middle, top and bottom. Alright. Well, I think we've cleaned up enough of this board to give it a bit of another go. We're not going to be causing any new damage anyway. So let's zoom in on our friend 51225 and measure our outputs. Where's that guy? Come on, there you are. So if the outputs are top, middle and top bottom, middle, top and bottom, then the other end of that cap should be pretty much ground. That's not ground. That's not ground. Okay, then the cap's for something else and the vias are taking the 8 bits somewhere. They should be high to enable. 6 and 20 are high to enable, okay. So pin 1 is there. So does it go clockwise? 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alright, gotcha. So, yeah, we're going to check that. We're going to be powering this guy on again. One, two, 3 there. Yeah, as I figured out. Man, this lag is a bit annoying. There's like almost a minute of lag to the chat. I'm happy that my streaming setup's been keeping up for over 3 hours though. Right. Let's do this. Let's plug this guy in. See what we get. To quote a more famous YouTuber than me, smoke test! No explosion, no power. Will power on, we'll press the power button. No. Right, let's check. 51225. And that's ground. Fan does not spin, job not done. And let's just check the output first. 0. 0. You said pins 6 and 20 should be high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Low. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. My probe is way too fat for this. 0.1 volts. That's 5, wrong pin. Okay. Alright, so yeah, top left, gotcha. Let's redo this, thank you. You're doing more job than I am. So that is one enable pin. That is very low. Very low. And then that would be the other one. Very low indeed. What did you list the input pins? I can imagine the power supply for everything just being the 1, 2, 3. Okay. I was about to check that, thank you. 1, nothing. 2, nothing. 3, nothing. So we have no power coming to this guy. Huh. Could just be my imagination, but I think there's warmth coming from this general area of the board. Let's see if there's any particular heat here. No. I'm just feeling ghosts. Let's get back to this guy. I think we're just missing power to a large chunk of a board. So pin 12 is the input. Let's just count it. Where's my probe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have one with the fucked up cap, right? There is nothing there. Not a volt. Not a volt. So we're missing this entire giant slab of copper. Has no power. Now where's that coming from? Where will that be coming from? Do we actually have any power anywhere? Do we have power coming in? We have no power coming in now. Has my charger broken? Dell charger, are you working? No. Dell charger, why are you not working? Why is my charger not working? There's very little question as to why we are not getting power when my charger is not working. Do we have a short right across the power rail now? Nope. Why is my charger not working? Let's reset. Now my charger is working. Why was my charger not working at first? What's going to happen when I plug this in with the charger already plugged in? This might go bang. It drew some power, now it's drawing nothing, so I think the charger just shut off. Yeah, the charger shut off. That means where we need to use a different method of powering this board, because I don't trust this charger. I don't know if this is a good charger or not. I just know it does 19 volts, but it could have bad caps for all I know. So I'm just going to find myself a connector and connect up to my lab power supply. Back in a bit. Alright, I'm pretty sure this one's dead anyway, so let's just plug this in for a second, see if it works. Seems entirely dead. Let's just use a cord which I'm certain has power. Come on. That does look entirely dead. Yeah, no power out of that, so I'll just snag the cord. Yeah, I think the issue is at the main fact something's causing an overload on the charger. But if I use my lab power supply to power this thing, then we can come around the short circuit protection or overload protection and push some power until something starts smoking. And then we will at least find the issue. Also, I forgot to reinstall the CMOS battery, so that could be part of the issue. Here's where Dell sabotage the idea, because it will check for a genuine charger. I'm pretty sure Dell's will actually power on with a fake charger. They just won't charge the battery. Every Dell I've ever owned has been that way. I've never owned a Dell this modern though, so I could be wrong. Alright. Let's make some arrangements. 19 volts. Do we get output? Huh. I'm pretty sure we do get output because we've got a blue LED on that. Oh jeez, this cord is cumbersome. It wants to go into my soldering stations. So let's just put like 100 milliamp power limit on that. Voltage limit rather. And let's check the polarity. First things first. Yep, 19 volts. Let's see where the flames come out of. 3.4 volts, drawing 100 milliamps. Let's just do like 30 milliamps. Let's check if that's going into the processor. That's definitely something shorted to something else. Where do we get voltage? I don't think it's going into the process actually. Because there's no voltage around there anywhere. Nope. No voltage going to a processor, so that's good. It won't post without RAM, but it will, you know, do something other than draw any amount of current and turn the power supply into a 3.2 volt power supply. Because there's something going on there. The input, like it's forcing the power supply down to 3 volts, 3.2 volts to be specific. So 19 voltage is not shorted. No, the 19 volt is not entirely shorted. It just gets pulled down to 3 volts. Where's 0.25? Figuring out where it is though isn't going to be the easiest thing. I have no idea where this power is going. Let's just start from the power connector. 3.15. Where are you going, voltage? Where are you going? There's a lot of 0.25 volts everywhere. That thing's getting warm. 0.25. 0.255. Right, this thing is shorting something to ground. What is it shorting to ground? 0.25. There's current flowing through a giant choke. Where are the transistors that are supposed to drive that choke? They're on the other side. I have messed with them. What is the voltage drop across those? Rather, what voltage are those at? 0.26 on one side. Absolutely nothing on the other side. .26. 0.25. But that one's getting absolutely straight to ground. It could be that it's supposed to go that way because it's going the other direction from the other one. It would be nice to have a schematic for this. That would help. Three volts there. Hey, 3 volts. Nice. Nothing there. I really don't have much of an idea of where to go from here. Do we have voltage on our old from V51225? .26 volts. So that seems to be in the secondary of some regulator which is failing horribly. Yeah, there's clearly heat coming from this part of the board. This is annoying. I don't know what this regulator is supposed to be doing. It's likely creating like some 5 or 12 volts, which is powering pretty much everything in the entire machine. Have I failed at installing those transistors? Are they shorted? Have I shorted the pins together? I have shorted the gate of this transistor to either drain or source. That could account for something. That could indeed account for something, so this could be human error. Weird, I thought I checked that. Oh well. This guy is shorted between there and there. Very shorted. So we'll just rev up our engines. I have turned power off, thank you. I wonder if that's helped. Nope. Oh! I found the issue. I put the transistor on backwards. I put the transistor on backwards. So this has just been acting as a diode. Well, that's an easy fix. Put the transistor on backwards. I'm a professional. That was on purpose to test you guys. Right, let's make sure it's on the right way around this time. And hey, at least we found the issue. We didn't just scrap the board. I was about to do that. Solder. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Yes. You failed, chat. You failed to solve my board, which you're viewing through a camera aimed at a computer monitor showing what's being shown by a cheaper camera. We can blame the small scope picture. Yes, you can. I can't, sadly. Okay. I blame YouTube's encoding. No, that's my encoding because I'm filming this at like 600 kilobits per second. All right. Let's try it again. Perhaps we'll find the next thing I've put on backwards this time. But hey, this one had no E, so it couldn't point south. Let's just do the bench pay supply again. Save us some explosions. That's cool, yeah. Alright, ready to go. Power on. Right, this time the voltage spiked straight up to 19 volts and it's drawing no current at all. What happens if I press the power button? Nothing. Absolutely jack shit. So it's just as dead as it was before. Well, let's check that one 51225 or whatever. Just for fun. Again. Where are you? You're there. I think we're going to have no power anywhere. Oh no, we've got power there. We have power on the 51225. Do we have output? Nope. I don't remember what the 8 enable pins were. Well, I think that was one of them. Yeah. Ugh. 6 and 20. Thank you. So that would be that one as well. So that's not going to be high. That is... Come on. Make contact. Low. Very, very low. But we don't know whether or not that's supposed to be on or not. We did know that this regulator was connected straight across the input there, so we could just measure. If there's any 8-bit from that. Probably not. I don't even know where the 8-bit is. Could be that. I hate driving the big choke on the upside. So this is going to be the 8-bit of that. Nothing at all. Ugh. I think I'm going to throw the towel on this one. Because it's just entirely dead. Ugh. What a big waste of time. Well, what does that horrible thing we started out with do? Hey, you've saved Christmas for a few people. How's failure saving Christmas? Good job you're here, Turnlip, yes. Funlip made everything a lot easier by actually bothering to find the datasheet for that thing, but sadly that is not the issue. Yeah, there's just nothing powering on. Well, let's put the CMOS battery in and see if that makes a difference. I don't think so. Power on. Nothing. Not a squeak. Even failure is entertainment, you know. Well, apparently so, since 50 people are tuning in. Oh, that's a new record again. 50 people. Failure is always an option, yes. Oh well, at least I have a likely to be working something or the other Intel i5 here. I'm just gonna take that out and put this thing. Try putting in the RAM. Alright, fine, but I don't think it... no, I'm not gonna bother. The symptom we're seeing... there's no power supply for anything. Like a power supply for whatever would check whether or not this RAM is not there. We only get 19 volts. That's the only voltage on the entire board. And since we don't know which regulator is supposed to turn on first, we can't know which voltages to check. Without a schematic, we're basically screwed. Replace CPU. I'm going to remove the CPU and put it in something else because yeah, the CPU is not shorted. In fact, I think if I put the CPU in another machine, it's going to power on just fine. We might as well just do that. But since I am taking the CPU out, I will try pairing the board on anyway, in case it does something different. But I am officially giving up. CPU's out, let's see what it does. Power on. No difference. Drawing no power at all. Nothing. Not a thing is happening. Let's zoom over camera. Not a thing. Well done and good effort, thank you. You were right though. This thing will not live again. A bit of a shame. Machine is in relatively nice condition otherwise. It's not mechanically beat to shit. Would have been a nice spare laptop. I do want to try the CPU in another machine, so we're going to do that real quick. Let me just get this shit apart. I should have a suitable laptop around here. There's that HP with a bad heatsink. Same gen i5, so if the CPU works, I'll just leave it in this machine. You didn't fail, it was crap anyway. Well, the point of this channel is to take crap and turn it into non-crap. Can you salvage any of the components like the Chinese do? I'm gonna put it in the shit bin. I mean, those transistors, there's a reasonable chance I'll get my hands on an identical board at some stage when, you know, transistors, resistors, stuff like that. Useful. Out comes the 3210, in goes the 3230. I won't bother putting in a thermal paste on there, it's just a test. I want to see if it powers on. Come on. In you go. Snap. What's the drawing on the wall? Which one? Right, let's see if we got a good CPU out of that. Power on, please. This is not powering on, but no one knows if this has got any charge in the battery. Let's just steal ourselves a charger. Come on, get over here. This machine is not happy. Why is that? It's blinking its charge LED. Maybe it doesn't like its battery anymore. For all we know, it just put a broken CPU in this machine and we broke this one as well. Now that would annoy me slightly. Why are you blinking your charge LED? You worked just fine the last time I saw you. This machine is not pairing on. Why are you not pairing on? You are a working laptop. What's the drawing of a wall, the one above what seems to be a piece of newspaper? That's just like random doodles I drew many years ago. FFcossag, are you still just giving 100 milliamp through that cable? No, this is the charger which has been powering that laptop for the entire stream. I do want to know why this isn't powering on though. This machine worked just fine last time I used and I haven't done anything with it since. Will it work with its original CPU or have we killed this machine too? That would be a bit annoying. Oh, I forgot to fasten the CPU socket. I just placed the CPU in the ZIF and put the heatsink on. No wonder that doesn't work. Still doing the same thing though, blinking the battery LED and not pairing on. What is this? And why is it making that noise? It wasn't doing that last time I used it. Please tell me my HP hasn't died. This thing worked so well when we repaired it. The only thing this machine has been doing literally for like a month is sit on a shelf with a battery connected. That's not supposed to kill the laptop. Stop being dead. Why are you blinking your fucking LED? Work. Yeah, this is not working. This is a different laptop. This is a known good working laptop, which is no longer working. And that's what's rattling. Piece of plastic. Let's just clear the CMOS memory. Perhaps this one has some issue where it's discharging the CMOS battery. Let's just check that. That would be annoying. No, CMOS battery is good enough. Power on. Where is not my day today? Lovely. Absolutely lovely. I have no idea what's wrong with this machine. It just worked perfectly before. Have you switched it on with the socket? I'm not British. CPU dead, try putting the old one in. I did. This machine is just as I took it from the shelf. It's blinking the charge LED for whatever reason. I don't know what that means. Usually it means bad battery. It has no battery. For fuck's sake. I made such an effort to clean this machine up. I do not wish for it to be dead. Let's give it another charge in case it doesn't like my usual one. I don't think this is going to make a difference. It's drawing no power. 0 watts. Is it going to charge the battery? Why are my laptops breaking? This is not fair. It's not charging the battery. Why is this laptop doing nothing? I'm getting a headache. Why would my laptop just randomly die for no reason while not being used? I just replaced the charger. I mean, why would this one not even be charging its bloody battery? It's just doing nothing at all. Blinking its charging LED. We do have power. CPU power overloaded and popped the fuse. Well, that does sound like some kind of theory. But I didn't hear the charger scream that usually happens when you have gross overcurrents. This is painful. I did not anticipate this on Christmas Day. Not a very good Christmas present, if I am frank. They shall check voltages, that's what I'm trying to do. I do have 19 volts. We have 19 volts reaching the CPU reg. So if it would have popped a fuse, that seems unlikely. We wouldn't have 19 volts of a CPU reg if that was the case. You should check the good CPU on the Dell, not the bad on the HP. Well, I was about to scrap the Dell and see if the CPU worked, because the CPU is faster than this one. So hang on, did I even put the right CPU back? What is this one? Have I mixed these guys up? SR0WY. Nope, this is the Dell CPU. My guess is that the Dell dumped 19 volts into the CPU and killed it. No, the Dell is not dumping anything into the CPU. Nothing. Why the hell my HP is not working is annoying me. This was a nice machine. I've been considering saving this and using it in my bedroom. It would make an excellent nighttime porn viewing machine, since it actually has the ability to play Flash video, which my current MacBook from 2006 doesn't. Did you lock the CPU lock tab when you put it back? Yes, on this one I did. This is obviously locked. Oh. Nah, I'm too tired for this. I think I'm going to end this stream now. One failure is enough for one night, and I'm getting a bit too tired to be troubleshooting laptops. this guy just gets to go back on the shelf for a while. I've uploaded a video, take a break and check it out. Now I'm gonna go eat. I've been doing this live stream for 4 hours and I didn't start this right after breakfast. So I haven't eaten for like 6 hours and that's a lot for me. Oh fuck. Well, god jul och grått nytt hår, FFcossag. I'm actually getting grey hair on one of these sides. Probably the same shit that's happening to my mustache and eyebrows. Make a model. This is a HP ProBook 6550B, I believe. ProBook 6570B. Yeah, good night everybody. Enjoy your Christmas day or whatever. Cheerio.